Restorers are working to restore the famous chair, or St. Edward's throne, on which Charles will sit during his coronation ceremony. It will take place on May 6 in Westminster Abbey, by which time the chair, which experts say has become extremely fragile over 700 years, will need to be strengthened, cleaned and the crumbling gilding restored. According to restorer Krista Blesley, the historic chair is a unique work of art that has been used for centuries for coronation ceremonies. It is the oldest known piece of furniture still in use for its original purpose, Blesley explains. King Charles will be crowned at Westminster Abbey. Like most of his predecessors, the chair was commissioned by Edward, who ruled England from 1272 to 1307, and has hardly missed a coronation since. Not surprisingly, it wasn't treated as a museum piece, and the chair suffered a lot during its long life. Abbots slept in this chair from July 5 to 6, 1800, reads, for example, one of the inscriptions, which itself has become a historical document. Even the suffragettes, women's suffrage movement, left their mark on the throne. In 1914 it was bombed, allegedly by these emancipated women. The chair is actually very fragile, says Blesley. It has a complex multi-layered structure, the gilding often crumbles, so you have to carefully glue it back on to make sure it can withstand the upcoming coronation. The restorer has been working on the throne for 4 months now. If the humidity level changes a little bit, the wood starts to wiggle, the whole multi-layered structure comes into play, and new problems are uncovered, Blesley says. We were able to get that area fixed a month ago, and then 2 months later it needs work again. She is, however, very proud to have been entrusted to work on such a magnificent piece of medieval art, and she even managed to uncover a previously unknown image of fingers on the back legs of the chair. In its original form, the chair was entirely covered in gilt and decorated with stained glass depicting birds, plants, animals, various Christian saints and the king himself. The throne was so designed that the so-called skunk stone, Aka stone of destiny, a piece of red sandstone weighing 150 pounds, considered a holy relic in Scotland and captured by Edward, could fit beneath its seat. The stone of destiny is now in Edinburgh, but will be temporarily moved to Westminster for coronation. In recent coronations, the Gothic-style throne with a high back was left uncovered, but as Dr. George Gross, a historian at King's College London, tells us, in Tudor and Stuart times, it was customary to drape the throne with a richly embroidered gold veil. Given the important religious component of the coronation ceremony, the ancient throne acquired, according to Drive. Gross, its own sacred status, becoming a deeply mystical relic, radiating certain spiritual waves. Speaking of the ceremony itself, it is already known that it will be shorter than Elizabeth's coronation in 1953, and there will be fewer guests, 2,000 instead of 8. Along with Charles will be crowned the Queen Consort Camilla, and her crown will not include the famous, and, as they say, attracting a lot of trouble, Diamond Kohinoor. Who will be on the guest list, we can only guess, and the main intrigue is whether the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be invited to the coronation of her father and father-in-law. But we do know what music will be played during the ceremony. There will be, in particular, 12 new pieces specially written for the occasion, and among them is an anthem composed by the famous composer Andrew Lloyd Webber.